If GPT-4o, Claude 3 Opus, and Gemini 1.5 Pro are truly capable of superhuman reasoning, why are advanced users still spending half their workday verifying the AI's answers? This is the 50% productivity paradox. The instant output means nothing if it mandates hours of costly human quality assurance. To test this, we introduced Maya, an urban development consultant operating in Kuala Lumpur. She has a critical deadline requiring her to synthesize 3 massive, contradictory datasets, complex zoning codes, current infrastructure costing, and projected demographic shifts, simultaneously. A human expert might take 6 hours to cross-reference the nuances and spot the hidden financial conflicts. The AIs claim they can execute this task in 6 minutes. The real metric of efficiency isn't input speed, it's the time saved when factoring in the required human QA. If Maya receives an answer instantly but must spend 3 hours confirming the figures, the promised speed gain vanishes. We ran the test to see exactly how reliable these models are when dealing with ambiguity, and the results show a massive discrepancy in efficiency when the clock starts counting the moment Maya hits verify. Only one AI model promised true, multi-step numerical precision in complex documents. Is it just marketing, or is Gemini 1.5 Pro the actual logic champion? Our first test tackles the nightmare of urban synthesis, advanced financial and regulatory analysis in Jakarta, where rules change daily. Meet Maya. She's staring down 80 pages of raw Indonesian zoning code, construction cost matrices, and mandated sea-level setback calculations. The task is sequential: calculate the floor area ratio, factor in the cost differential for typhoon-rated materials, and output the precise projected profit margin. ChatGPT-4 produced an impressive analysis but stumbled on the final arithmetic step, mixing metric and imperial units from the 2 input sources. Conceptually correct, numerically flawed. Claude 3 Opus understood the climate data integration perfectly, recognizing the specific table structures, but failed to apply the complex 14-step setback formula correctly. Then came Gemini. Feeding it the exact same data, including images of handwritten notes detailing local material shortages. Its synthesis didn't just summarize, it accurately executed the entire multivariable calculation, spitting out a precise, actionable profit margin down to the rupiah. Gemini won because it excels at holding those specific sequential steps in its working memory, avoiding the common, mid-task forgetfulness of its rivals. For professionals like Maya, this isn't theoretical dominance. This means replacing days of agonizing synthesis with 90 seconds of highly reliable output. If your job demands perfect numerical accuracy coupled with deep regulatory logic, the hierarchy of AI tools just shifted massively. Next, we test their creative narrative skills. Can they build a compelling story based on raw, dry geopolitical summaries? A single corporate paragraph can derail a billion-dollar project. When critical infrastructure changes demand community empathy, can an AI draft policy that doesn't sound like a bureaucratic robot? We shifted from logic puzzles to nuance. The task: draft a persuasive, empathetic public notice about a new high-speed rail corridor cutting directly through traditional farmlands in northern Vietnam. ChatGPT's output was technically solid but cold, a statement heavy on stakeholder engagement and mitigation strategies. It read like a lawyer protecting the company, not a neighbor seeking collaboration. Gemini fared slightly better, phrasing compensation with respect, but still failed to capture the local cultural significance of ancestral land, treating the disruption as a transactional obligation. This is where Claude 3 Opus, utilizing its advanced context window and human-like refinement, excelled. It shifted the conversation from loss to collective future. The language emphasized community heritage and partnership, opening the dialogue not with legal terms, but with respect. It felt written by a seasoned diplomat, not an algorithm. For drafting executive communications, sensitive HR documents, or high-stakes internal emails where tone is everything, the ability of AI to sound genuinely human is the ultimate productivity hack. Productivity doesn't die reading clean code, it dies translating scribbled notes next to a 300-page schematic. That's the challenge Maya faces daily managing Seoul's high-density infrastructure projects. Her crucial test: cross-reference a specific handwritten safety note, saying, check valve delta 9, against a massive, complex PDF schematic and immediately verify its location using a live satellite image. This isn't just OCR. This is high-stakes visual reasoning, correlating vague text references with precise visual coordinates. We fed the entire unstructured stack to ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini. ChatGPT and Gemini were nearly tied on speed, delivering the accurate coordinate location in under 15 seconds. Both excelled at filtering the visual noise of the low-resolution image. However, Claude took significantly longer, visibly struggling with the low-fidelity handwritten input when combined with the immediate, real-time context of the satellite imagery. When saving hours on high-stakes engineering, that speed difference means everything. How much is 15 hours of your life worth? We tracked Maya, a market strategist developing an expansion plan for Indonesian and Malaysian logistics. Her goal: a detailed competitive analysis across 5 complex regional regulatory frameworks. The project typically eats up 40 manual hours. Using the AI trio, ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini, we aimed to quantify the exact time saved. Latency proved critical but not decisive. While Gemini excelled at rapid, short-form data synthesis, often returning basic results in under 3 seconds, its output length was too concise for the high-stakes reasoning Maya required. This is where Claude dominated. Its ability to handle massive token inputs meant a single, expansive prompt replaced 6 hours of iterative legal cross-referencing. The resulting 20-page policy draft was 90% usable. The scorecard reveals the truth: when optimized for the specific task, Claude for heavy drafting, Gemini for rapid synthesis, and ChatGPT for stylistic iteration, Maya saved 38% of her total project time. That's 15.2 hours back, proving true productivity isn't about model speed, but about managing output quality and token length for true exponential savings. We asked 3 leading AIs, ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini, to analyze a complex, historic zoning dispute in Mumbai. 2 out of 3 confidently fabricated entire legal precedents and cited non-existent court rulings. This is the human factor challenge: AI hallucinations are rarely timid. They masquerade as confident fact. Gemini struggled specifically with local governance details, while ChatGPT introduced an entirely non-existent regulatory body into the solution. The bias isn't always overt, but manifests in cultural blind spots. When generating compliance recommendations for small businesses, Claude consistently prioritized requirements favoring large, international operations, ignoring established local supply chains and informal economy structures. Your productivity secret, especially with advanced tasks, is constant skepticism. Look for the tells, overly confident language lacking specific citations, or structural inconsistencies in the argument flow. The human layer isn't optional, it's the core debugging tool. Trust the AI for speed, but never, without verification, for absolute truth. Stop searching for the single, best, AI. The true advantage isn't declaring a winner, it's recognizing their specific superpowers and how they fit into your day. For long-form narrative and sophisticated analysis, like drafting a 20-page market report, Claude remains the gold standard. It synthesizes dense input without losing core coherence or voice. When the task demands rigorous, structured logic, code validation, complex financial modeling, or detailed ETL planning, Gemini is the superior surgical tool for data integrity. But for the daily, diverse chaos, summarizing a voice note, rewriting an email tone, or converting an image into JSON data, ChatGPT is still the unbeatable multimodal workhorse. This isn't a race for one victor in the digital landscape of Seoul. It's a strategic triad. Your maximum efficiency is unlocked when you treat them as specialized co-pilots. Productivity is now defined by optimizing your workflow, not by replacing yourself. Use the right tool for the right job, and redefine what complex reasoning means.